21 days have gone, 9 days are left. It's all going by so quickly. Welcome to 30 Days of Photoshop with me, Kevin Aronson from the Hampshire School of Photography. And today we're looking at the type tool. There will come a time when you want to add text to your images. I can't tell you when that's going to be, but there will be those occasions where adding some text, either a simple word or two, or sometimes an entire paragraph, is important. You add text using the type tool, which is over here on the left hand side, or you can simply hit T on the keyboard, and when you do, watch the cursor on the screen, it changes to that. And you can now hit the screen and type something straight away. And what I've got there is what's called placeholder text. Every time I start typing anything in Photoshop, it automatically fills the text area with rubbish, so I can get an instant idea of what it's going to look like when I put in the text that I want to go in there. And you can turn it on or off through preferences drop down menu here, and you want type, and then you make sure that this little box here is ticked. Fill new type layers with placeholder text. I find it immensely helpful, but if it irritates you, just declick it there. Okay, so there are two ways that I can add text. The way I just did it, I'm going to undo that by pressing Command or Control Z. Just hit the screen, providing I've got the type tool selected, hit the screen, and it already, and then I use my move tool to move it around, it already adds to it. Once I've got this selected, I can just type on top, and let's just type HSP, Hampshire School of Photography, and boom, 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 nice and easy. The other way is to draw a box, and now text will fill the box. And so I could just type in Hampshire School of Photography. I'm trying to do this with a microphone blocking my view of the keyboard, using the move tool to position it elsewhere. When you're working with text, you probably need at least two of these panels available to you: character and paragraph. Paragraph controls the formatting of the text in terms of justification against the left and right and center and so on. But character is where you will spend most of your time. And if I pull this out so we can look at it in a bit more detail, it controls the font, the type of variation of the font. Some of them have dozens of options, others only one or two. There we go, there's one. The font size, the gap between lines. So if I pick my type tool and I highlight this text, I'm just going to change that to something more interesting. Let's go semi-condensed. Oh, that's better, quite like that. This one controls the font size, so I can pick up to 72 on here, or down as small as 6. But the thing is, if I just drag my mouse over that number, and now I use my up and down arrow keys on my keyboard, I can adjust it 1 point at a time. Gives me much more control. Take that down. This one controls the gap between, and again using my arrow keys, controls the gap between the lines. This one stretches the text, make it taller or more squashy. Let's set it back to 0, set it back to 100. This controls the gap between the letters. You can use the selections in here or type in your own. And this one stretches the letters themselves so that they are actually wider. So if you look at them, you'll see they're kind of squished. Let's set that back to 0 to 100. And then colour. Pick the colour you want. Boom. Boom. Or you can type the colour in if you know your colour. And that's the gold colour we use. I just typed in the code, the hexadecimal code for the gold. If you know the RGB code, they go in there. If you're dealing with printers, you might want the CMYK codes and so on. So there's a lot of options there for you to play with. Okay, that is a super brief introduction. Go away now and have some fun. A couple of things I will say. If you are adding text to any of your images, avoid lots of colours. Try and keep it 1, maximum 2. Keep it clean and not lots of fonts. If you're saying lots of stuff, try and keep it to a single font or maybe 2 at the maximum. Less is most definitely more. Well, the type tool, creating text to go on your images, isn't something you're going to do all the time. Agreed. But it's useful to know at least how to do it for those odd occasions where it becomes necessary. If you've enjoyed this tutorial and you'd like to see some more, then check out phototeacher.blog. All 30 days of Photoshop are there, available free of charge to absolutely anyone. However, if you're more interested in proper physical courses in a classroom with other students, then we have a training centre in North Hampshire in a town called Fleet. There we teach advanced workshops in Photoshop and also Lightroom, and a whole range of photography courses from the complete beginner through to those who perhaps want to go professional. Courses of 1 day, several days, and some even lasting for a year. Check out the website for that, which is gohsp.com, and of course HSP stands for Hampshire School of Photography. Thanks for today. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.